Hey you guys, welcome back to another video. This is another set or previous set that I did in another video, which I will link above for you all right here if you want to go check that out first. But we are just going to be doing another fill. This is her third fill, so the next time that she comes in we will be removing this set completely, but we're just going to go ahead and take a cuticle pusher and we're going to be pushing her cuticles back. Lately I have kind of been skipping this step, but today I did not. Lately I've actually just been taking a sanding band and pushing their cuticles back with the sanding band, but sometimes I just switch it up. I switch it up from client to client, so it really just depends on what mood I'm in and just how fast I need to go. But nonetheless, my retention is very high. Again, this is her third fill on this same set, so yeah, she doesn't have too much lifting. As you can see, she only had a little bit of lifting, which is on the thumb on the other hand, I believe, and I think she said she glued her pinky back down. I'm pretty sure she said that she glued this one back down, but y'all, I could not tell at all. Like, there was literally no way that any water or anything could get into it, so I did leave that one on, and I just did a regular fill as is because I didn't see a need to do a soak off for it. But her thumb on the other hand, I did do a complete soak off of that nail just because there was way too much lifting to do a fill on it, and I didn't want any water getting trapped in it. If you get water trapped in their nails, like if they get water trapped in their nails, they can get a greenie or some type of fungus. So just to prevent all of that, make sure that you are completely removing any of the lifted area when you are doing fills, and make sure that if they have any lifting going on, that they are coming in for a fill pretty much right away, because if water or anything is getting in their nails and just sitting, that is what creates fungus, you guys, and bacteria gets trapped in there. So that is why it is recommended to get a fill every 2 weeks. She went a little longer than 2 weeks. I would have to double check. I'll put it in the screen how long she went, but I'm pretty sure that it was a little longer than 2 weeks. But typically she comes to me every 2 weeks and we go ahead and give her a new set. So yeah, this is her second one, and what she has on her hands right now was her second one, and we are going ahead and doing the third one. She wanted some croc print on a Frenchie, and she wanted it to be all matte. I was like, oh, that's gonna be super cute, and she wanted a fall color, so it came out super cute, you guys. It actually took me a very long time though. The reason being is because when I do fills, I don't know what it is, but I swear fills, you guys, fills really need to, I feel like fills are more tedious and more work than a full set. Like, you have to literally do a cut down. Most of the time they're going to want to cut down. Then you have to file off all of the the lifted area of their nail, if any. Then you have to still do the prep, the normal prep that you do. So it's just added on stuff, and the fact that we charge less for a fill than we do a full set is just crazy to me when I sit and think about it, because in all actuality you're doing more work. I personally feel like you're doing more work doing a fill than you are a full set, but I don't know. Let me know in the comments down below if y'all agree. I really feel like doing a fill on a set is so much more work than doing a full set. I just feel like I have to take away all the polish. It's just added steps to it, which takes a long time. This set right here took 3 hours, y'all. Like I think it might have been 3.5 hours. She came at 10:30. I usually take forever to get started, so let's say about 10:45. She did not leave until 1:52, you guys. That was with the added taking pictures and stuff, so that's the added on, you know, like 10-15 minutes, because I take a lot of pictures and a lot of videos just so I can get a good shot. And also I do have to add into my time that I film, so I'm constantly rearranging the position of my camera and just making sure that everything is aligned so that you guys can get a good view of what I'm doing. So altogether, I will say that what the time that goes into my sets, to be honest, is probably an extra added on 20 minutes, maybe 20-25 minutes. So if we were taking out all of the added extra time. It probably would have taken me about I'll say about 2.5 hours, maybe 2 hours and 45 minutes to do this, but I'm also just a slow worker, so that is why it took me so long. But yeah, they came out super cute nonetheless. She didn't complain, so thank God for that. And yeah, she just likes overall how long her nails last, so that's why she keeps coming back to me, because ever since I switched that new primer, y'all, my nails, everybody has been saying like I cannot get my nails off. Like, what are you using? And I'm like, y'all, it's literally from Amazon no lift primer. Like, that is what I use on my clients. I highly recommend that you go get you some. It is linked in my Amazon storefront. I am in the process of adding a lot of things to my Amazon storefront for you all to purchase, but the things that I have up there, if you are a beginner, you will find it very, very helpful and useful to purchase a lot of the things from there. I'm gonna stop rambling and actually do a tutorial. Today I really did want to talk you through everything that I'm doing, just for any newcomers or anybody that's a beginner, because a lot of the times when I'm doing videos like this, I don't really talk you through what I'm doing. So far we have pushed back the cuticles, we have went ahead and removed all of the lifted area with a 501 bit, and now we're taking a sanding band. I cannot tell you what grit this is. I got these sanding bands in a mix of different sanding bands, so I'm not sure what grit this is, but all of them have seemed to work fine. I'm just removing the shine with this and doing this part, and I'm also kind of still pushing the cuticles back even further and getting up under whatever I can to get any excess cuticle off of the nail, which is the dead skin. So if anybody is ever referring to cuticle, the cuticle is dead skin on the natural nail. So that's what I'm doing right here, and here's a little close-up. And after this, I am going to take a cuticle nipper and just nip away any of the leftover skin. That's going to be any of the skin that has lifted up off of the nail plate that is white, visibly white, and not the same color as her skin. That is what we are going to be taking away. You should not be clipping anything that is not white, because that is living skin, and that will hurt your client. It will probably make them bleed. So anything that is lifted and white is usually going to look really, really hard in texture. That is what you will be clipping away. So I tried so hard, you guys, to keep this in frame and give you all a look at it close enough so that you can see exactly what I'm doing. It is a tad bit sped up on some parts. I think this one is in real time right here, but I was trying to give you guys different angles in this video, and you guys are gonna see it once I start applying the acrylic, but I'm just trying to figure out what's best for me as far as filming and getting close up without the focus being messed up, because a lot of the times my hand gets in the way and the camera focuses on my hand instead of what I'm doing, so it blurs out the client's hand, and it irritates me so bad because it just messes up the whole video. So I did pretty good right here. I try to keep my hand out of the camera and give you all a good visual. So this is about how slow I clip the dead skin with the cuticle nippers. I'm super scary. If you are somebody who does not like working with cuticle nippers and you're just scared that you're going to cut the clients, I do highly recommend getting a cuticle ball bit and just using that instead. We went ahead and we wiped down the nail with some alcohol, and now what you see me putting on is the Extra Bond Mia Secret primer, and I just do one coat of this after I wipe the nails down with alcohol. And the reason why I'm wiping the nails down with alcohol is just to remove any dust that is on the nail. I know a lot of people go in with a brush and alcohol when they are dusting away the dust, but I like to use a lint-free wipe, just because I feel like rubbing it away is getting all of it off the nail. When you're brushing, I feel like sometimes you can brush it and it's not going to completely get all of the dust particles off of the natural nail plate. So I just like to go ahead and use a lint-free wipe and do it that way with alcohol, and that is what works for me. But whatever, pick your poison. However you want to do it is how you do it. And the red brush that I used to apply the last bit of primer was the no lift primer, you guys. That is from Amazon as well, and that is what has been keeping my nails on, I think, very, very good. I do want to test out just using the no lift primer by itself to see if I can get away with just buying that one instead of also using, you know, the combination of the Extra Balm by Mia Secret and the no lift primer. Because if it's no need for me to keep purchasing 2 primers, then by all means I'm definitely going to figure that out and put that to the test. So I will come back in some future videos and let y'all know if that's a go or not. So that was the angle that I was talking about. That's the angle that I think I'm gonna start keeping my camera in when I am doing the application for acrylic. It just works for me, and I think it gave y'all a better view versus this right here. So if you liked how the view or the angle was on the pinky, let me know down below in the comment section, and maybe I'll start filming that way. I feel like it just gave a better like up close look versus this way where sometimes my hand will block what I'm doing. So I don't know, you guys, like I said, I'm just testing out different things and trying to see what's the best angle to film in, because I'm trying to switch up some stuff and switch up my lighting and a lot more things. Like I'm just trying to change how I film to just produce better videos overall. The acrylic shade that I'm using is Gianna by 876 Nails. I'm pretty sure that this is the same color that I used on her previous set. I don't know. Every time she comes back, I'm like, did I use Gianna by 876 or did I use Almi by 876? I can never remember. Or at first I thought we had used Prettiest Pink by Valentino, but I believe that that was not the right color. So we went back to Gianna by 876. But anyway, this is Gianna by 876, you guys. If you do need a code to purchase some acrylics from them, my code is N2H, and all of my codes for any brands that I have a code with will be in the description box below. They will always be there for you all and readily available, so go check that out. I honestly love doing fills because the filling part itself is super quick, you guys. Like, you do not spend much time filling that empty space, and really you're just filling in gaps and kind of re-leveling the nail. Like, we're just evening everything out. I do, when I am in the beginning, when I was filing off of any of the lifted area, I also am kind of debulking as I'm doing that, so that when I go back in with the acrylic on this part, I am not, you know, making the nail too bulky or too thick. It's coming out, you know, perfect because I already debulked the nail from the beginning. So now we're just adding back what we need to add back, leveling everything out. We want to rebalance the nail. And when I say rebalance the nail, that is basically just putting any acrylic where you see any dips or any cracks or anything like that. We're just filling in those gaps and filling in those spots. And of course we're doing, you know, the regular fill, which is from the cuticle down to where, you know, the new growth. All of that new growth is what we're covering up. I am also using Mia Secret, not acrylic powder, Mia Secret monomer with this acrylic powder. So it does pair pretty well. Usually I use the 876 monomer with everything, but I ran out of that monomer. So I did order some Mia Secret monomer to pair with all of my acrylics, and so far so good. I haven't had any issues with it. When I first started doing nails, Mia Secret was the first monomer that it was the second monomer that I used, actually, because I got a Young Nails kit from Young Nails, and I believe I purchased monomer from them the first time I ever started working with nails. And then after that I started ordering Mia Secret, and then I ventured off to just a whole bunch of other brands. I've been using, like, I've tried almost every monomer, I think, except for V Beauty Pure, which is Valentino. I cannot say that name together. I cannot say V Beauty Pure. Like, it is such a tongue twister for me, and I have no idea why. But I think that's the only monomer that I have not tried as far as like big brands are concerned. I've tried Knot Polish, I've tried 876, I've tried gosh, Mia Secret, Dynamic Nail Supply. Like, I've tried all of those monomers. I've tried Glam and Glitz. I'm not a huge fan of Glam and Glitz acrylic powder. I don't know if it was just the acrylic powder giving me issues or if it was their monomer as well, but I'm not a huge fan of their powders, really. I can't remember if it was their powders I wasn't a fan of or their monomer. In nail school, we had to use like Glam and Glitz everything. So I guess that was what was cheapest for her to purchase, you know, like in bulk or whatever. But I was not a fan, like not a huge fan of it. Oh, I also want to say I do have a giveaway going on, and I said that I was going to announce the winner on Sunday. However, since I know a lot of people have a busy weekend because it is like Halloween weekend. Everybody's doing stuff with the kids. People are out partying, whatnot. So I am going to extend it. I'm going to extend the giveaway until my next video, and then I will for sure tell you all who won the giveaway. So if you are wondering, I do have a giveaway going on in my last video, so you might want to go check that out if you want to enter the giveaway. It's just of the products that I was reviewing in that video, so there are going to be some acrylics that I'm giving away. And I did a review on the first Black-owned nail supply store in Virginia, and yeah, super dope. I will link that video above right here for you all if you want to go check that out, and probably at the end of this video, I'm not sure, but yeah, all the details are in that video. They are in the description box, and they are also like in the comment section, so make sure that you check the comment section and get all of the details on how to enter. After the application is done, I am going in with a 5-in-1 bit, and I'm just going to seal my cuticles. Now, this is how I do it. I go ahead and seal my cuticles first, and then I file the sides. It really depends, but this is how I've been doing it as of lately. I used to file first and then seal my cuticles, but I find that I get a cleaner look when I seal my cuticles first and then I go in and file the sides and the tips, and then I go over the entire nail. So that is what I'm going to be doing here, and I'm just getting real close up on the skin. I get as close to the skin as I can. I am not digging into her natural nail, so make sure that when you are applying the acrylic that you are putting the acrylic not super thick in the cuticle area, but thick enough to where when you go in to seal the cuticle and file down some, which you will be debulking a little bit, that you are not hitting the natural nail and that there's still enough acrylic there to make it sturdy, if that makes sense. But you do want it to be flush to their natural nail so that it looks very, very natural. And of course, it's going to prevent lifting. I don't typically leave my filing in my videos, but I did want to show you all in real time, and a little bit, half of it is sped up, half of it is in real time, but it went slow enough for you guys to see exactly how I file the nails. And I do this whether it's in the beginning. I do it in the beginning and I do it at this point right here. I do it in the beginning just so when I am applying the acrylic that I can keep the shape that I want. And that helps out a lot because as you can see, I did not need to file a lot. And the reason being is because I had already shaped these the way that I wanted them to. And when I applied the acrylic, I am keeping the acrylic on the center of the nail and I'm wiping the sides. Like always wipe the sides when you are doing acrylic application just to keep the shape. Always try to keep the shape while you are doing your application, you guys. That is key. That is something that I wish I would have practiced a little more when I was a beginner, and I feel like I would have been even better quicker, but it's okay. We all get it in due time. So yeah, I'm just going ahead and filing the tips. I'm filing the sides right now, and then I am gonna file over top of all of the nails. I did not keep every single nail in this video of what I did, but I did just give you all a gist of what I'm doing. And I did want to show you all how I file underneath and on the sides right here just to level it out and make it straight. As you can see, some of the nails have a little dip. You see that dip right there, or it's not completely straight. I'm just going to go up under the nail and file it to make it straight, and that is how straight it should be, just like that. If you need to replay it, go ahead and replay it. I know it's a little sped up. I definitely sped this part up because I don't feel like you guys need to know how to buff a nail. You're just going to take a buffer. I'm going to use the rough side first, and then I'm going to go back over the nails with the purple side, the light purple side, which is the smoothing part. So that is what I do to buff. Super quick, super simple. Like I said, I did not leave every single finger in the video showing you guys how I file, but I did go over every single step of my filing process. This is the most important part of filing if you are doing square nails, you guys. If you're doing square or tapered nails, I promise you, you want to do this part because this is gonna make sure that your tips are super straight and crisp. And then I'm going under each nail with a sanding band, and this is just to thin the tip out. You do not want a super thick tip. I mean, if that's how you like your nails, then by all means go ahead and do that, but I personally do not like that look. I like for my tip to be a little thinned out. I have been giving my clients these scrubs and they love them, you guys. Like, they're obsessed, okay? So we're gonna take Velvet Sunset by Nail Addict, and I got some things to say about this nail polish, okay? And they're not all that great. So the first thing that I have to say about this polish is that it definitely needed, I mean, really needed 2 coats, which I was not happy about. And the reason why I was not happy about it is because y'all know how long Frenchies take to do, okay? So just doing the Frenchies alone takes a long time. So to have to go back over them and do them again, I basically had to do this 20 times, you guys. Like, I had to do this 20 times, and this is sped up. So just imagine in real time how long it took. Like, Frenchies are not the easiest thing to do. They are kind of time consuming only because you want to make sure that they are perfect and all of them look, you know, pretty much the same as far as like the width and how deep they are or how short they are, high up, whatever you want to call it. But y'all, having to go over with this polish 2 times was just, ugh, I was so over it. I mean, I was so over it, and I was so mad because I do like Nail Reserve, formerly known as Nail Addict, but I do like Nail Reserve. My only issue is the polishes have like this, and I've said it over and over in my videos when I'm reviewing their polishes, but their polishes have like this almost, if you've ever used hard gel, that is what the consistency is like. Like, the formula of their polishes is more like almost a hard gel. That's what it feels like coming out of the bottle. I cannot describe it. Like, I hope you guys know what I'm talking about. Like, think of Madam Glam, think of Beetles gel polish, and then think of like jelly gel polishes. Like, you know what I mean? That consistency. Their consistencies are like basically like jelly or hard gel nail polishes. Like, that's what it gives the feel of, and I don't necessarily like that for doing designs. is just not my go-to. These polishes are not my go-tos when I'm doing designs. These polishes I like gravitate towards more when I'm just doing a full nail in that color. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're not for nail art. Like, I don't feel like Nail Reserve polishes are for nail art. Madam Glam polishes are for nail art, in my opinion. My personal opinion from the polishes that I have tried. Now, don't get me wrong, I love Nail Reserve. Like, I really do like their polishes. I just feel like they are geared more towards like doing a full nail with it. So right here, I am showing sped up that I'm going over it twice. And I think I show all of my fingers in this video. I'm not sure, but I think the last two are going to be sped up. I was going from hand to hand, so that's why you will see, you know, like only 3 fingers being done at one time, and then I'm finishing off with the last 2, but I did speed this part up because it's just repetitive at this point. But we are just going to take the Frenchies from side to side, and then I'm going to fill it in. And the way I do my Frenchies is I make a line right down the middle, and then I connect it from side to side, and then I fill in the base part basically. So I will go over that again with doing the thumb. So I make a line down the middle, and then I am bringing the lines in from the sides to the middle. So basically I'm bringing it to a meeting point, if that makes sense. And that is what I find easiest. I did mess up and I wanted to make it a little deeper because these were kind of like deeper Frenchies. So I did just go ahead and get some acetone on my brush and clean that up a little bit, and then I just outlined it again. And I'm gonna go ahead and cure that. And then I already put on the second coat on the pointer and the thumb. I just did it off camera, and I'm gonna go in with some matte top coat just to make everything matte. This was a bomb idea for her to do matte because I feel like it just made the set pop more. I feel like it came out a lot better than if it was going to be glossy. So I was super happy that we decided to go matte. I am wiping her nails down with some alcohol. However, if you are using a matte top coat, usually matte top coats are no wipe, so that means that you will not have to wipe it. There will be no tacky layer, but I just did this just for reinforcement, honestly, because I did not have time to mess up anything at this point because we had already been there for like almost 3 hours. So I just wiped it down with alcohol, just, you know, to be sure. And I'm going in with the gel polish, just making some croc print. I am using a brush, but on the last 2 fingers, you will see me use a dotting tool. In my personal opinion, I feel like if you are going to use a brush, it needs to be a shorter brush than this, not a long brush like this. And if you're using a dotting tool, just have a lot of gel polish on the, you know, the dotting tool itself. It just goes faster. To me, the dotting tool goes faster. I feel like the lines are probably a little neater with the brush though, so it just depends on what you're comfortable with. I can do either or, but I did just switch it up at the end because I was like, this is taking forever. So I used the dotting tool and it went so much faster. So I think I'm going to go back to using the dotting tool. I just seen somebody on Instagram use the brush for croc print, so I started doing it, and this is one of those things where not everything is for you. I enjoy using my dotting tool a lot better. So just to explain the croc print, and then I'm just gonna let you guys watch the end of the video out. We're just going ahead and I'm taking the same gel polish that I used on those hands or on those Frenchies, and I'm going ahead and making lines and keeping it wet. And then I am going ahead and before I put it in the lamp, I'm gonna pour some clear acrylic over top of the wet polish after I make the croc print. And then I'm gonna go ahead and put her hand in the lamp and let that cure for 30 to 60 seconds. It doesn't take too long. And that is what makes the 3D croc. Now, if you are wanting to do a different design, meaning like you want a flat croc print, and you want to do it maybe glossy or whatever the case may be, all you have to do is do this same thing, but you will be doing it with blooming gel. and that will make it, and you won't be putting any acrylic powder or anything over it. And you will obviously be using like a little less polish than this. I kind of made the polish thick just so it would be super 3D. But yeah, that's all you do. I don't think I've ever did croc print on my channel. I really don't do a lot of croc print on my channel now that I think about it, you guys. I don't think I have too much. But anyway, you guys, I hope y'all enjoyed this video. I know I talk so much during this video, and I usually don't. But this is how the set came out. I thought it was so cute. I loved it so much. Like, I would do this set over and over again. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see y'all in the next video. I love you so much. Mwah. Bye.